Regina, and definitely we are going to discuss about Saskatchewan benefits as it is a regional area. And her meeting mein we are discussing about Canada. So definitely I'll get to know about your perspective about Canada, why a student should choose it as a destination country.
Okay, so thank you, Kanupriya. Thank you for the introduction. I would just like to brief everyone about myself again. My name is Sandeep Chopra. I represent University of Regina in South Asia, which includes India, Nepal, Sri Lanka, and Bangladesh. We are a university which is top 15 Canadian university, and it's top 50 in the world when it comes to young universities. So less than 50 years old, we are top 50 in the world. So we are a well-ranked, very well-reputed university all across the world. Coming to the why students should choose Canada as a destination. Canada offers basically it offers great university first thing, great programs first, then there is affordability, then the quality of life. So basically if you want to have a good quality of life in living abroad where you're not facing any issues, basically it because it's a country of immigrants. So even if when you see locals, like if you go to a university, when they say that we have, like giving an example, we have 18,000 students, out of which 14,000 are local student. But out of that 14,000, if you see, the local student also comprise of all immigrants. So you would see plenty of Indian students when who call themselves as local now. So it's basically a land of immigrants, plenty of opportunities when it comes to work, when it comes to quality of life and affordability as compared to other English speaking destinations.
Definitely. So what I think students generally prefer Canada because first of all, everybody knows it is a PR friendly country and
Absolutely.
a good standard of living with affordable.
Yes. So, like as you know already, permanent residency is one of the goals of students usually when they want to go and study abroad, especially in Canada. So
Right.
Canada is a very PR friendly country, and especially Saskatchewan as a province, it is one of the most friendliest when it comes to immigration. So it offers
Right.
one of the fastest pathways to immigration, which is called SNIP, which is Saskatchewan Immigrant Nominee Program. So it offers it is one of the fastest pathways to immigration in Canada right now. Very, very simple requirements. Some of our students at the University of Regina, when they complete the program, are eligible to apply for residency when it comes to when it comes to SINP.
Definitely. So as you have mentioned that it is in Saskatchewan. So students generally come to us and they say that we want to go Toronto or we want to go Vancouver. They are the basically hub for international students. So can you please elaborate why students should go for a regional area and what are the benefits to go with the University of Regina?
Uh, Thanks, Kanupriya. Very good question. Like you mentioned before as well, like it is one of the most PR friendly provinces. So if you're looking for immigration, probably one of the reasons could be to coming to Saskatchewan. Apart from that, the university, the quality of life that you enjoy in Saskatchewan, okay, it's very, very different than what you do in Toronto. Of course, jobs are plenty in Saskatchewan. There is no shortage of part-time jobs. There is quality of life. There is very, very affordable living. University programs basically gives you access to the job market. And at the end of the program, you might be eligible to your residency. Many students come up with a question that it's very, very cold province. It's
Yes.
there as compared to
Right.
Toronto. But if you go on Google and just put the two cities together, uh, and compare, you wouldn't see too much of a difference between Toronto and Regina when it comes to the temperatures. So it's not very, very like it is, of course, wherever you go in Canada, like the 3 4 months are a little bit cold, but once you get like once you live there
Friendly with
for,
the environment.
yes, like you get used to it, like you become one of them. So it doesn't really matter where, if it's little higher, like 2 degrees higher or 2 degrees lesser. So
Right.
it is not a big difference when it comes to temperature. That is one of the reasons basically student want to go to Toronto. Of course, Regina is a big capital city. It is the capital city of Saskatchewan. So it has its own downtown as well. So there is everything available in the city, just like Toronto. It's just basically we have to shift our focus towards the city. The province of Saskatchewan is offering great benefits to the students.
Right.
It is inviting students by offering them tax benefits as well. For example, a student completes a program, they are eligible for tax rebate of up to 20,000 Canadian dollars, which is spread over 7 years. This is basically one of the great offers by the Saskatchewan province for the students who come and study in the province of Saskatchewan.
Right. So as you have mentioned about the part-time jobs, so students have this myth in their mind that the lot of jobs are available in either Toronto or Vancouver or these major
Mhm.
metropolitan cities. So what kind of job opportunities they have when they come to the regional area?
See, jobs are we are a very big university. We have over 18,000 students who come and study at the university every year. So on campus, we have a few jobs available as well for our students, which could include jobs at the in the recreation center. We have 5 gyms, one swimming pool, and there is a soccer field, there is a rugby field. Apart from this, we have jobs in the cafeterias. There are many cafeterias on campus. Then there is our housing. Then there is, of course, many other jobs available on campus. Of course, not everyone can get it. Okay, but
Right.
there are jobs available on campus. If not, then downtown is just like 15 minutes away from the campus. Many jobs available in downtown. If not, there are many warehouses in available in Regina. So there is no, basically what I'm trying to say is there is no shortage of part-time jobs um, in Regina. That's a big advantage when you come to Regina.
What I think is if a student is having a skill, definitely he can grab a job easily.
Absolutely. Like, see, if the student is wanting, there is no shortage. As long as you have the need and you have the desire to get the job, there is never a shortage in Regina. You will be able, there is, just to let you know, there is a big community of Bangladeshi people in Regina. Okay, they are very fond of either and they have big businesses set up there, like grocery stores and everything. And they usually prefer hiring either Bangladeshi students or Indian students or from the South Asian region. So preferably they usually, so there are jobs available in even in grocery stores. Basically, what I'm saying is if the student is looking and is interested and if is looking for a job, they should be able to find one in Regina for sure.
Okay, so it's definite. They do not feel like they are away from their home. Not
Absolutely.
many.
There is a there like people say that there are not too many Indians or too many South Asian in Regina, but just to let you know, Bangladeshi students are one of the biggest communities in Regina. And then also we are building up on the Indian students who are coming every year. We have an increase in the number of students who are coming to Regina. And this would be
Okay.
the biggest, the fall intake. We will have the biggest intake from in with Indian students. So we will, of course, put it on our page as well. You can follow us at University of Regina on LinkedIn as well. You'll be able to see the updates as well.
Okay, so the universities keep updating the students on their social media platform.
Absolutely. And you can follow me as well. I am pretty active on LinkedIn, and you
Sure,
can,
sure. So yeah, definitely. Social media update are very important for the students.
of
This
course.
is the time when like social media is on hype right now. Everything is available on media. Students can easily avail all the information.
Absolutely, just like the students, they like to go on social media to grab their information. Universities and people like basically who are offering the service keep themselves very busy on the social media because they know that is the fastest and the right channel to reach out to the young
Right.
population.
So let's come to the next question. That what are the top programs available in University of Regina?
Okay, very good. We have plenty of program. We have over 10 faculties, over 120 UG programs. Our main programs are business, general science, computer science, engineering, health studies. See,
Right.
these are the top 5 faculties that we have. Under these faculties, we have over 70 specializations available. For example, under science, we have over 15 specializations available. We accept student even without math.
So I was coming on that point that all these programs require maths. If we talk about Canada, maths is a mandatory subject for students, whether
Yes,
you're going for accounting, health, or any computer related courses.
absolutely. In Canada, it is usually mandatory. In fact, at the University of Regina, until last couple of weeks ago, we had it mandatory as well. What we have done now is we are offering an exception to the students from South Asia, basically because we know that grade 12 students usually do not study math at the grade 12 level if they are coming from a commerce background or science except math, like not computer, PCM. So what we are doing is we are offering an exception where, for example, you have a student who has studied physics, chemistry, biology, and English and wants
Right.
to go into maybe engineering, science, or business, any such program. We can accept the student at the University of Regina. The only thing will be if the subject is mandatory, the student will have to study that subject at the university in the first semester.
Okay, so what are the requirements for getting admission in Regina University?
We just need an average of around 50% in the core subjects. So like example, you have a student who is applying for either diploma computer science, which is 2 years, or 4 years bachelor's computer science. We are looking at the four core subjects, which is English, physics, chemistry, and math. These would be the four core subjects. We will add the total scores like 200. Basically, we need 200 out of 400. So a student might have high scores in math, maybe 80, and English might be only 40. But if the student is able to compensate and get 200 in the four subjects, which could be a combination of one score high and three less, very low scores, or any combination has a total of 200 and above in out of 400, we will accept the student.
So university have both diploma and degree programs.
Yes, we have 2 year. We have 1 year certificate programs. We have 2 year diploma programs, and we have 4 years bachelor's program.
Okay, so the requirement is same for all the programs.
Yes, because our programs are laddering programs. So, for example, if the student has enrolled for 2 year diploma computer science, and at the end of the program decides that they would like to complete the bachelor's, they can directly switch into the third year at the university and get 100% credit for the first 2 years. So they
Okay.
will get directly go into the third year of the program. Therefore, the requirements are the same for all programs.
So quite a good thing for the student. They can directly enroll in third year.
Absolutely.
Ultimately, bachelor's they have to complete if they want to grow their career.
Absolutely. They can begin with diploma, exit, maybe come back later and complete their bachelor's as well.
Right, right, right. So, what English proficiency exams do we accept?
We accept IELTS 6.5 overall, no band less than 6. There is no exception on this. We do not accept even one band of 5.5. We
Okay.
accept TOEFL as well, overall score of 83, no band less than 20. We accept PTE as well, overall score of 59, no band less than 59, and Duolingo score as well of
Okay.
120 with no band less than 105.
Okay. And what is the budget for all the diploma and the degree programs?
The average fees at the University of Regina, like I said, are all are laddering programs. So the average fees is 20,500 Canadian dollars every year
Okay.
for be it 1 year certificate, 2 year diploma, or 4 years bachelor's.
A lot like student is asking that what English like I asked it's a question same like
Okay, sure.
is
I mean,
asking.
I can repeat it. It's we accept IELTS, TOEFL, PT, Duolingo, Kale as well, which is another Canadian language test, English language test. So we accept that as well. So we accept.
Okay, we don't accept MOI.
No, we do not accept MOI. We
Oh,
need a language test. It's mandatory. We need one of the five which I mentioned.
okay, no issue. So we accept all the exams. So now a new update is also there. If they are going to appear for PT as well, they can lodge their file in SGS category.
Yes, so we accept, like I said, 59 overall, no band less than 59 in PT. Just to let you know, we also accept open board, open school board as well. Okay, so
Okay.
NIS also we accept, but it has to be one mark sheet. We cannot have multiple mark sheet, like one mark sheet with all scores. We accept.
Okay. Like a student has to clear all like generally
Mm,
student what do they appear for single exam.
exactly. So we do not accept that. We accept with all in one.
Okay. And what is the gap
Like why
when you
if a
apply?
student has taken NIS, all subjects should be on one.
Okay.
We don't have an issue with the gap as long as you are able to justify the gap. There is, we can accept with 2 3 years, there's no problem with that. If there is, for example, student was preparing maybe for a competitive exam, preparing for IELTS or anything, whatever, was working or had family issues, we just need a letter from the student basically clearly mentioning why they have a gap in their education. That's it.
So there is no particular number of gap, like a maximum
No,
age.
absolutely no. We can even accept a student at 8 years.
Okay.
Uh,
Right. A same question a student asked the like, please tell me about the gap so that we have discussed. Do not have any problem with the gap.
Yes,
It
we
can
just need
be
a gap
fine.
explanation letter. Clearly,
Definitely, student has to justify in the visa as well, like why
absolutely.
such a gap is there.
Yes, the visa is the second part. First is the admission. So for admission, we will accept the student, of course, but we need the letter with a clear explanation why there has been a gap in the
So as we
education.
have discussed about the visa, so what is the visa success ratio in Regina?
We have a if you go on Google and check for the entire province of Saskatchewan, it is usually over 90%. So we do not have if the student gets accepted, there is a very high probability that the visa will be approved. Of course, we can order, there is no guarantee. It is basically you need to meet the requirements and you need to submit your application, which has to be genuine application with all details, everything clearly mentioned. And if your file is clear, then you should be able to get your visa probably approved. But usually, if you come at the University of Regina, if you are accepted, you have a pretty good chance of getting your visa approval as well.
Okay. So student is asking that please tell me how many days does it take to give an offer letter for masters in computer science?
For master's program, all are competitive programs. So there is no only, basically, for example, if you are applying for next fall 2024, today, which is 14th of July, the deadline for that program would be March 15 of 2024. So until March 15, 2024, your file will not even move. It will just be in the queue. After March 15, it will go to the faculty and it will start getting processed, which will take another 2 months before a decision is made. So basically, there is no time limit.
Right.
Basically, it is after 2 months after the deadline, usually.
Right. Once the deadline is over, then universities start taking the
Processing,
application.
yeah.
Then
Exactly.
on
Also, you have to ensure that the entire file is complete before the deadline. If you submit any document after the deadline and if it was a mandatory document, then your file will not be accepted for that particular intake.
okay. So we have discussed about the gap, and the one student is asking that how many backlogs are accepted if we are going to enroll for PG.
So usually there is no issues with the backlogs, but the issue comes when the percentage, because it's all competitive programs.
Right.
So even if you will be eligible, there is no guarantee that you will be accepted.
Right. The
Okay.
applications are quite competitive.
Very competitive, like for especially computer science programs, we get a lot of applications, plenty in fact. So very difficult to get into master's program. But if you have a good file, of course, I will encourage you to submit your application. But I'm just letting you know, not to discourage you, but it's competitive. Though you might be eligible to apply, it doesn't guarantee you a seat. Okay.
Right. So I was coming to that point, but before that, a student had asked the question that is there any scholarship available in Regina University?
We have a few scholarships available only for bachelor's program. Okay, so bachelor's program could be any bachelor's program at the University of Regina. Like previously, when I said we just need 50% and above in the four core subjects to qualify and get admission, we need 70% and above in the four core subjects for the student to qualify for the scholarship. And the student will be eligible to get up to 8 months of free housing on campus, which has a value between $6,500 to up to 10,500 Canadian dollars. So 8 months of free housing on campus, fully furnished apartment, everything is included except for food.
Okay.
Okay. Or else, if the student doesn't want to take up free on-campus housing, they are eligible to get up to $3,000 of tuition reduction.
Okay.
Yes. So these are the two options available for students when it comes to
Scholarship.
scholarship. However, we have co-ops available. Co-ops are basically kind of internships which are split over 4 months. It's available in our business program, arts program, science, including computer science and engineering programs. The advantage is students are able to earn 1 year of work experience in their field of education even before they graduate. So, for example, student has enrolled for Bachelor's of Business, optional co-op. So, in the second year, when they have the semester break, they would be eligible to apply for the co-op. And if they get the co-op, they will get 4 months second year, 4 months third year, 4 months in the fourth year. So 1 year of work experience before graduation. And the second big advantage is they are able to earn between 12 to 14,000 Canadian dollars only during this 4 months through this co-op. So the average that the student earns is 13,200 Canadian dollars. So you can look it up also on our website, uregina.ca. And in the search tab, if you just put co-op, you will see the numbers there. So 13,200 is the usual average. It could range between it is a very huge range, usually between 8,000 to 15,000. But usually it comes between 12 to 15. 3,200 is the average students earn basically
Okay. So
per month.
basically, co-op is like after completion of their semesters, they are going to enroll for the co-op.
It's after the first year, it begins in the second year and during the semester break. So they
Oh,
study 8 months and they have a 4 month break. During that 4 month break, there will be a co-op.
okay. So is there any eligible criteria or it's an
Yes,
optional?
it's an optional co-op, so that it doesn't come mentioned on the offer letter. Student has to
Okay.
maintain a certain GPA, which will be informed to the student when they arrive on campus. It's available in our business program, arts program, science and engineering programs.
So we have any medical programs as
We
well?
have health studies program. We have plenty of specializations under that, like health promotion, kinesiology. We have general health studies. We also have sports and recreation management. So
Okay.
we have a few options available in health as well. And we accept without math. The student, like for example, kinesiology, math is mandatory. But if the student hasn't studied math, because they would have studied probably physics, chemistry, biology, and English, so we will accept the student. Student will have to study at the university in the first semester math. But
Okay. So they have to clear
just
that exam.
yes, it's basically a very simple exam, but not very simple, but they have to clear, they have to study another additional math at the university. Just to let you know, if this is the case, if we are accepting without math, so student is missing one of the core subjects, right? Right.
Right.
So the student would not be eligible for the scholarship because we are doing an exception, right? So if even if the student is very high, very good, 90% and above, but because the student is missing the core subject and we are doing an exception, the student would not be eligible for the scholarship, but
Okay.
would be eligible for co-op if the co-op is available in that program.
Okay. So basically scholarships are for those who are having maths in their 12th standard.
No, for example, in arts, we do not need math. Okay, so if the student has meets our requirement, we will be able to offer the scholarship. Like health studies general, we do not need math. So if the
Oh,
student is from PCB and wants to apply in bachelor's health studies general, so student will be eligible and will be able to get the scholarship. It's only when a student is missing math, in particular, for example, computer science, where math is mandatory and student hasn't studied, or maybe in science, any program, biology, physics, chemistry, where math is mandatory, we will accept the student, but we are doing an exception, so student will not be eligible for the scholarship.
okay. So one student is asking that if we apply for bachelor's right now, how much time it will take to get an offer letter?
If you have everything ready with you, which is including your 10th mark sheet, your 12th mark sheet, your passport copy, you also have to submit a gap explanation letter. Even if you don't have a gap, you just have to mention that I do not have gap in my education and submit that. And you have your IELTS score or one of the language test and you meet our requirements, your offer letter should be with you within 7 to 10 days.
Quite early.
Yes, it's one of the fastest. We are working on same day submissions, and we are trying to get the offer letters at the quickest. And if
Oh,
it's for September intake, if any of you are looking for September, we are still open. And if it's for September, we'll try to get it even faster so that
yes,
you are
I
able
was
to.
coming at that point that we had a discussion that you are still open for September intake.
Yes, we are still
And
open with for September intake. The advantage with University of Regina offer letter is it's valid for 3 intakes. So even if you apply for September, you will receive the offer letter which will mention offer for September, January, and May. So the same offer letter can be used for 3 intakes. So if the
also,
visa arrives on time, you can begin in September. If it's delayed, you can begin in January, or
oh,
whatever reason you do not make it for January, you can begin in May.
so basically, student need not to apply for the defer offer letter.
Exactly. So we do not waste any further time, and students are eligible directly for the same. The same offer letter would be good for future intakes.
Right.
And
Um,
offers are conditional available as well. If that's your next
I was
question.
coming to that point as well. So
Exactly.
basically, conditional requirement is very important. Like in Canada,
Yes,
generally
we
colleges don't.
offer we offer conditional offers. For example, if the student is waiting for the 12th mark sheet to arrive, you can request for conditional offer. We need the 10th mark sheet, 11th mark sheet, and the 12th predicted score, plus the language test and the other documents like usual. If you're looking for conditional on language, we need the 10th mark sheet, 12th mark sheet, passport, and the other documents, and you can submit the request for conditional.
So basically, we accept one conditional only, one condition,
Yes, one condition.
either 12th or either English proficiency.
Yes.
Okay. So, can you please tell about the intakes, like how many intakes we have?
We have 3 intakes. We have September, which is the one of the biggest intakes. We have January and we have May. All 3 intakes, we have all programs available
Oh,
in all 3 intakes. I'm talking about UG. Masters, it's very, very limited. Like for example, a Masters of Science, Data Science is only offered in fall intake. And so it's only once a year.
okay.
But in UG, we run all programs all throughout the year. There is no limit on the number of seats. As long as you are eligible, we will issue the offer letter. And as long as you are eligible for the scholarship, we do not have a limit on the number of students who receive the scholarship. If we have 500 students and 500, all of them are eligible, all of them will receive the scholarship.
Okay. So, student is asking that which programs are still open for September 23.
We have all programs available. So if you have any particular program, like we have business open, we have science, computer science. In science, we have over 15 specializations available. In business, we have 5 specializations, including accounting, finance, general business, marketing, and human resource. In science, we have over 15 specialization, including physics, chemistry, biology, biochemistry, and then many others, actuarial studies, many more available. Then we have engineering, 5 specializations available. Engineering also, just to let you know, since we are on it, we accept without math as well. As an exception, the student will be able to go and study math at the university. So under engineering, we have software engineering, we have electronics, industrial, we have environmental, and we have energy. So all these programs, health, like I already discussed, we have many specializations. All programs are open even for September. Go for it, apply right now, and please do apply through Meridian. They will assist you with your entire process, right from application at the University of Regina, right up to your visa processing, and right until you reach the university. So you can trust them and you can submit your applications.
Student is asking that please tell me more about the living cost and accommodation.
See, there is like if you are looking on campus accommodation, as I mentioned before, we have available the usual range for a fully furnished apartment, like on a single occupancy, it goes around 700 to 800 Canadian dollars. All right. However, if you are looking to stay outside campus uh, and maybe in a 2 bedroom apartment, which is usually shared between 4 people, it could be around 1,200 Canadian dollars for the entire accommodation, which is usually around 300 Canadian dollars per person.
Per year or how
Per
it works?
person per month.
Per month, 3,000,
300.
300. So yeah, it's a quite less if we talk about
It's
the like.
it's one of the most affordable places to live in Canada, and it's among the top 20 best communities to live in Canada. So
That's
also I would request all your students, if you are on YouTube and just after this session, go on YouTube, put in the YouTube search button University of Regina, check the video of the university. It's a beautiful campus right in a center of a park. It's beautiful green landscapes everywhere. It's just by the lake, which is called Wascana Lake. It's you can just imagine yourself sitting by the lake and you are just 5 minutes away from the campus. You can go and study, come back to the lake and have a good time, enjoy your evening, and go back on to your accommodation on campus. So many beautiful campus. It's amazing. You should watch the video. There is another video from a president available on YouTube. So just look that up as well. And of course, you can reach out to me. I'm available on LinkedIn, or you can always reach out to Kanupriya ma'am as well. She will be able to assist you. She has been doing university. She's been working with University of Regina for a long time now, and one of our trusted partners. Please do reach out to her if you have any questions.
sure, definitely. So one more question we have, that is there any program related to pharmacy available in University of Regina?
We have a pre-pharmacy program, which is basically you basically apply, and once you complete the program, you have to go and you have to apply at the University of Saskatchewan to complete your pharmacy program.
So basically how long it will take?
It could take 6 to 7 years, depends upon the program, because these are pre-programs, so there is no confirmation how many years they will need at the University of Regina, and then they have to go and study at the University of Saskatchewan. It could be between 1 to 3 years at the University of Regina, depending upon the program. So these are pre-programs. These are like preparatory programs for the main program.
So once they enroll for it, so there is no like we do not have any exact years that how many
It
years they have to
depends.
study.
Like for you can look it up on the website of University of Regina. They will. I do not have exactly for pre-pharmacy, but it would be between 2 to 3 years at the University of Regina for pre-pharmacy program.
Once they completed this pre-pharmacy program, they can enroll in University of Saskatchewan.
Yes, they can enroll. It doesn't guarantee a seat, of course. They need to apply. Okay, for
No.
any medical program in Canada, all are usually competitive programs. So there is never a guarantee on the seat availability. So first you have to complete and then you have to apply.
First, definitely they have to meet the requirements as well.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So there is never a guarantee when it comes to any medical programs.
Right. So as far as we have discussed all the things, so I just want to add one more thing. Do we have any fast track options like we generally have in Canada? Instead of 4 years, we can complete in 3 years or 2.5 years.
See, Kanupriya, it's possible you can finish it even in 2 years, but the thing will be student will be having a lot of workload, and we usually do not recommend that because it will be
Okay.
all studies and the fees will be doubled because we charge fees according to the number of credits. So for example, 20,500 is for 24 credits, and if they do maybe 50 credits, they'll be paying 50,000. 40,000. So 40,000 fees, so it doubles the fee structure. So basically, it's better to take it slow, finish the program in the due duration of 4 years.
Right.
Take your time, enjoy your life as well, just not studying all the time. Take your time outside, enjoy when you have arrived in a new country. Take your break when you have a semester break. Take that experience, use that experience when you're working with a company that will help you bring in the Canadian experience, because you would have heard on you everywhere usually people are complaining that when employees are looking for Canadian experience. So this is your opportunity to gain that Canadian experience when you arrive in Canada.
Yes. So like one of the students is asking that can a student work along with their studies in Canada?
Sorry, I just lost you. Can you repeat your question, please?
Can student work alongside with their studies in Canada?
Absolutely. In Canada, like if you're unless your work permit specifies otherwise, you are eligible to work 20 hours a week while you're studying outside campus. If you're lucky and if you find a job on campus at the University of Regina, there is no limit on the number of hours that you can work.
Okay. So there's no specification if a student got the job in the on campus.
There is no limitation if they find a job on campus.
Definitely, and a co-op program also help them in development of their career as well.
Co-op is, yes, co-op is basically a job in their field of education.
Right.
Like the part-time job which is available on campus could be any job, which could be like maybe in the housing department, maybe in the laundry service, maybe at the cafeteria, maybe at the recreation, maybe at the gym, maybe watering the field. Any
Yeah.
job that is basically that doesn't have, maybe at the library. So working anywhere, there is no limit on the number of hours when if they are working on campus. But if they are working outside campus, there is maximum of 20 hours that they are eligible to work, or 40 hours bi-weekly.
Right. So, like a student can work along with the scholar. If a student is very scholar, definitely they can work under the professors as well.
Yes, there are usually jobs available as what we call as uh, I forgot what it's called, but it's usually available if the students are basically working with the professors to assist other students as well, or maybe on a project, or maybe in a research. Just to let you know, University of Regina was awarded Research University of the Year in 2020. Okay, so it's one of the biggest, one of the best undergraduate research universities in Canada. So there
Yeah.
is plenty of opportunities to work with professors, and usually when you work with professors, you get paid as well for that as well, and that is a learning as well for you. So it gives
Oh,
you experience as well.
so one last question, that how University of Regina helps students once they land in Canada, or what kind of services they are giving to the students?
So we have life skill. Basically, if the student is arriving in Regina, they can reach out to the university. We have airport pickup facilities available, which could be chargeable. It depends on what time of the year you arrive. Okay. We also have on-campus what we call as life skill advisors. So basically, if you, any time of the day, if you have any question, you can reach out to them. Maybe in the middle of the night, 2 o'clock, you have a question, you're not feeling healthy or feeling sick, or people are this, there is a team of which we call life skill advisors. They will assist you with any of your questions. Then we have basically what we call as immigration specialists, immigration advisors on campus. So for example, when we were talking about co-op, and I mentioned that co-op is not mentioned on the offer letter, but in the
Right.
second year, the student will have to apply for a co-op work permit. So
Right.
we have immigration team on campus which should be able to assist the student with applying for the co-op work permit. So all
Okay.
these services, for example, student has to extend. Maybe student has applied only for 2 year diploma. End of the 2 year diploma, they decide that they would like to complete the bachelor's program. Then the same immigration team would help them apply for visa extension.
Oh,
Then if, for example, if you are weak basically in maybe a particular subject and you need special attention, then we have what we call as a global learning center, where we have maybe students who are very good in that particular subject, maybe are in the advanced degree, and they will be able to assist you, or maybe even the professors can assist you in that particular subject. Or if you want to learn another language, maybe, then we have the Global Learning Center available. So all these services, all facilities on campus are free for the students.
definitely, quite a good number of facilities university is giving to the students. And
Yes.
there is one point in the starting that we have to discuss about the orientation day, that I generally discuss with students, and how important is for them to attend that.
Yes, the orientation day usually is a very good day for the best day. Basically, when they arrive, it gives them access to not only their colleagues who would be studying along with them, but also to the professors, and also understanding the university, everything about the, we have usually on campus we have a whole week where we celebrate the students coming in every year, so every semester rather. So we have the whole week of celebration. You should basically try to arrive on time so that you attend this, you make friends, you have a good connection, you build your network, you enjoy your life, you go around the city. There are many events happening. It's an amazing opportunity for students to get along and get immersed in the culture of the city of Regina. It's a beautiful city. Saskatoon is the other big city very close by. Then we have many things which a big city like Toronto offers, same as we have in Regina as well, same facilities. So it's a plenty of things to do in Regina. It just we need the awareness creation, which we are on path right now to do that. It's one of the best provinces to live for young students. Just because, just to give you numbers, like it has one of the lowest unemployment rates in Canada. So many jobs available for students. Plus, when the unemployment is low, it makes the province very safe as well. So for young student, especially where parents are concerned with the safety of their children, this
Right.
is one of the provinces where you should send your students. You would have, you will never hear any stories of any issues with students when it comes to Regina.
Right. Okay, so a lot of facilities are available for the students when they attend the orientation. The university is also helping students in lot of things. So,
Absolutely.
like one last question for you, that can you please explain the student that how Meridian Overseas help them in enrolling University of Regina?
Sorry, come again, please.
I was just asking that can you please tell the students that how Meridian Overseas is helping students to enroll in the University of Regina?
Of course, like as I said before, Meridian has been working and has been a very good, very active partner at the University of Regina. Basically, they can assist you. First is assessment of your documents, and if you are eligible for our programs, if you meet the requirement, they'll help you with the entire application process. They will follow up to get your offer letters, and after, once you have the offer letter, help you with the tuition deposit. Once you have the tuition deposit, they will assist you with your fee payment. So the entire process, right from application at the University of Regina till your arrival at the University of Regina, and even after when you begin your program, they will be there for your assistance. So I think so you should, so if you are interested coming to University of Regina, please choose Meridian, submit your application, and she will be in touch with me if you have any questions. Please reach out to her, and if she is not able to answer you, she will of course reach out to me, and I will be able to assist you and get that cleared for all of us.
Definitely, we are going to help the students. So,
And
yeah,
Kanupriya, just one before you finish this, just to let you know, at University of Regina, many students become eligible, especially in science. Then they have studied practicals as well, because I've seen mark sheets recently. Physics, chemistry, biology students have studied. They have practicals. We are the among the only one of the universities in Canada which accept practical scores as well, and we
right,
do it very differently, which makes the student eligible. So we are more student pro rather than refusing them. We try to accept them. So you
right.
should always check, like we already know, I'm just repeating it for our students. You
Yes,
should
yes.
first, you should always look for program at the University of Regina. There is a highly likelihood that we will have a program for you, and we should be able to accept you.
Definitely. So, for more information, if any of the student is having any query, so directly you can comment on us on the YouTube channel as well, or you can share your documents on application02@meridian.org. So definitely we will reach out to you, and our expert counselor definitely will help you.
Very good. Yes, please go with Meridian. If you have any questions, reach out to them. Submit your application for September. As I said, our offer letter is valid for three intakes. So if you are not able to make it for September, the same offer can be used for January. And we are very flexible when it comes to requirements. You can always get your file assessed by Kanupriya ma'am, and she will be able to assist you and confirm if you are eligible or not.
Definitely. So thank you so much, sir, for joining us and giving us a brief session and informing students all the details about the university.
Thank you, Kanupriya. It was very informative session, I hope, for the students, and I will look forward uh, to your support for the upcoming intakes. If you have any question, please feel to reach out to me. Thank you so
Definitely, sir.
much.
Thank you. Thank you for joining in, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Is it?